G'day one and all, and welcome back to CruiseAway, your daily chance to take some time just for you. Sit back and watch the world come to your doorstep. Now it's time to get some cruise adventures booked and have someone else take care of everything for you. It's Derek and Joe here, back again, with a show full of fascinating countries, continents and cruises.
Absolutely is. It's time to get the adventures booked into ahead of time. We've got some great low deposit offers to lock in unbeatable price tags now for some big adventures. You can see from the show title that we're heading to the wonders of Asia for this half an hour.
Oh yes, we are. This is a fascinating part of the world to see, and Princess Cruises and Royal Caribbean will be sailing us to some rich and diverse places this time. Later, we're planning for September in 2025 to join the Crown Princess in Sydney, sailing around Oz and on to Indonesia and Malaysia. Now, there are low deposits for those of you who want to be super organised on that one. How about an adventure next Christmas with Royal Caribbean in Japan, though? Well, that's one big adventure on the mighty spectrum of the seas to look forward to.
Lovely. And talking of Japan, our first adventure is taking us there, and just in time for the famed cherry blossom season and Golden Week, when the people of Japan enjoy holidays in their own country. So we'll fly from Sydney to Tokyo on the 14th of April, and we'll start by enjoying the city with a night hotel stay there. In fact, not just one night, 3 nights.
Oh, fantastic. Amazing. I love a little bit of a mini break to get the juices flowing for your adventure. And what better way to start your holiday than in one of the most dynamic, exciting, vivacious cities on Earth. Incredible Tokyo.
Dreamworthy,
now,
isn't it?
It's dreamworthy, absolutely swoon-worthy as well. You know, the loveliest thing about Tokyo is, of course, you kind of feel like you're in the city of the future, but there's also this incredible heritage and history. Then we're straight on to the fabulous Diamond Princess for your amazing adventure. Oh, she's a beauty, this one. What a gorgeous vessel. Now, Princess are absolutely adored world around by cruisers because of their incredible classic cruising experience fused with some incredible modern updates as well. On board, you have a really easy system so you can navigate your way around the ship, and you are able to as well enjoy some of the best food at sea. I mean, my goodness, from delicious steak, which is, by the way, award-winning, to award-winning pizza, to Michelin star curated menus. There's something on the menu for absolutely everybody. Look, whether you want to enjoy the proper cruising dining experience, which is your 3-course meal in the dining room every night, or just grab a slice if you're, doing something else, maybe you've got an activity planned for the evening too, then there's something on offer for you. And of course, whilst you're at sea, you can just sit and relax and watch the ocean float by with a nice book in a hammock, or there's a plethora of activities for you to enjoy as well.
I like the sound of all of that.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing about, slightly longer cruise as well, cruise adventure, is you can get those spa treatments booked in, you can do your exercise class, and they've got a full service spa as well. You've also got traditional onsen experience, which is unique to this vessel, as it's obviously sailing out of Japan. So you can actually enjoy that incredible Japanese experience at sea as well. And the stateroom's beautiful on Princess.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you love all the innovations as well, like rather than carrying a cruise card around with you, you just have your medallion either clipped to you or you wear it in some way. And there are lots of features that kind of opens up for you, charging at the bars, having food delivered to where you are. It opens up a world of possibilities, and you use it with the app as well. And the great way also of being able to track, if you want to, where everyone else in your party is, because sometimes you've cruised with like 5 or 6 people and you're like, okay, folks, where are we all? And actually, a lot of people will say, well, I'm at this bar and I'm not quite sure, but you can track and have a little look, and you can get everyone together, which is great. Can
you switch it off if you want to hide from your party?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You can go off the grid. That's fine. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of, actually.
Leave it in the cabin.
But look, this is the great thing about cruising with the Rellos or just with your other half or the kids. You're on board for 18 nights and everybody can do what they enjoy. This is why cruise experience is so great. first port is going to be Kushiro, really beautiful, known for its lovely nature, including sea eagles and Japanese cranes. In fact, you can go to the Crane Nature Park there in Kushiro. Fisherman's Wharf's lovely for a stroll as well. Then we are on to Hakodate as our next port of call. Again, this is full of natural beauty, and Japan's very geothermal. We might not realise this, but you've got lots of lovely sort of geysers and hot springs to enjoy in these ports as well. And the Hakodate ropeway, world famous. Otaro is up next, and this city is known for its glassworks, music, boxes and sake distilleries.
Oh, and it's whiskey as well.
It's whiskey,
so
of course.
Smooth and beautiful.
Oh, it has an amazing reputation, Japanese whiskey. So do a spot of shopping here. Jeju in South Korea greets us next, and look at that. These images do not lie. Again, a place of natural, gorgeous beauty. South Korea is also known for phenomenal skincare, and I always think that ties back into nature. So again, good for shopping. Kagoshima is our next port of call, and this is where you might want to enjoy a day at the hot springs with a lovely sand bath, or perhaps you're going to go up and see the Sakurajima or the Shirorama Observatory. We're into Tokyo next, and this is another opportunity for you to enjoy Tokyo if you didn't do everything you wanted in those first 3 days. I mean, Tokyo always has more to offer. What about a trip up to the Skytree for some phenomenal views? Then it's Okinawa. This is one of the most famed destinations in Japan, where you can visit the Shurijo Castle, which is UNESCO World Heritage Site and a former palace of the kings of Ryukyu who ruled for centuries. Then we're into Taipei in Taiwan, where you can visit the Martyrs Shrine or the 101 with, again, boasting spectacular views over the city. I love the modern edge of Taiwan, again, fused with the incredible tradition and thousands of years of history. Shimizu for Mount Fuji is our next port of call. Some excursion choices on offer here include the Sunpu Castle Park with views of Mount Fuji and the Shizuoka Shengun Shrine. Or you might want to do a tea ceremony. Then we're back into the port for Tokyo, where we'll disembark. And we've included your transfer from the port back to the airport for your flight back to Sydney. Of course, your end-to-end flights are included. This amazing adventure through Japan, which, by the way, is in peak cherry blossom season. So you might see these incredible blooms in your ports of call.
Yes.
That's the reason we're heading at this time of year.
Yes, I was doing a research about the kind of peak times, and it's kind of like it's across a kind of 2 or 3 week period in different parts of Japan as well. It's funny, it's almost like this weather system moves in and the cherry blossom kind of waves through Japan. So there are various places around, probably on this itinerary as well, that you will actually get the chance to go to a cherry blossom festival as well. Listen, there's lots of research you can do that in advance of that and see where they are and actually look at the cherry blossom. There is actually an official cherry blossom forecast, which is incredible. So this adventure, it's April. It's not that far away if you think about where we are right now. 22-night adventure to Japan. Incredible. What a chance to explore so much of it too. Now included is the flight from Sydney over to Tokyo, 3 nights in a hotel there in the city, then 18 nights of cruising on the Diamond Princess. And it's a back-to-back cruise as well, so you have an extra call back into Tokyo too, which is brilliant. So much included on board and lots of fascinating ports. Shimizu, of course, the feature port, I think, there as well. For Mount Fuji, you've got Kagoshima and Okinawa as well, and a stop in Taipei. You end the cruise back in Tokyo, and of course we've got that included transfer back to the airport for your flight back to Sydney. Now this is based on Ocean View, which tells me that the insides have already sold out and gone on this. It's not far away, this cruise, so let's have a look at our price tag. Amazing adventure with Princess. You'll have such a home from home on board there. If you've ever been on board the Princess ships before, all of the familiar favourites. In fact, I think Diamond Princess is probably one of the world's best known cruise ships, in fact, for their fleet. Just under $6,000 each, which is incredible. Let's have a look at the details for this. So much packed into this holiday. It isn't far away either. If you do need flights from other cities, just let us know. The number's 1300 412 358. That's a toll-free telephone number as well. You have got upgrade options there as well. We're on an Ocean View this deal, but if you do want to upgrade to balcony, bear in mind you're on that cruise for a fair whack of time, 18 nights on the cruise. which is pretty good. So that upgrade up to balcony is amazing. And of course, if you want the ultimate treat, having that larger, bigger suite with so many more amenities in it, incredible. If you want to know more, call us right now, toll free 1300 412 358. You lucky people. That looks amazing. It really does. To be in Japan at kind of sweet spot cherry blossom time, incredible.
You know, I love this idea of there being a cherry blossom forecast.
I know, it's ridiculous. And
How
it's pretty
cute is
spot
that?
on year on year, actually. Of course. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Well, this is a bucket list trip, and you know what? We have another one coming up for you.
Yeah, we do. We're switching to Royal Caribbean now, and we're talking about a white Christmas in Japan. So we're going from the pink of the cherry blossom to the white Christmas in Japan.
There's a song about that.
There is. 13-night adventure. This is for December next year, the 17th of December, in fact. And we're going to fly you over from Sydney to Hong Kong first, and we've got 3 nights in a hotel there. Again, talking of vivacious, Hong Kong just has something for everyone, doesn't it? Looks fascinating.
Oh my gosh, it's one of the world's greatest travel destinations, bar none, Hong Kong. Oh my gosh, it literally translates to fragrant harbour from Chinese, and it's lost none of its charm, excitement or exoticism since it has become a semi-autonomous region of China. Of course, that was a good 20 years ago. But the hustle bustle, the fact you've got this incredible sort of almost urban forest of steel and glass with these skyscrapers stretching up and so much more. But then we're straight onto our fabulous Spectrum of the Seas. This is a vessel that's kind of custom built actually for the Asian market, in that you'll get all of these touches that make you feel you're not just visiting this part of the world, as in the ports are cool, but the ship is also very much in keeping with that.
That's very true, actually, because of course Royal Caribbean, an American cruise line, but Spectrum of the Seas was absolutely tailored, designed and catered for the Far East market. So it has lots of flair, lots of feeling that this is where I am.
Yes, and you're also going to get those fun elements of technology as well around the ship, which the Quantum class is known for anyway. From the dynamic interactive artwork around the vessel. Oh, they're amazing. Through to, for thrill seekers, everything from dodgem cars to the North Star, which stretches up to the height higher than the Sydney Harbour Bridge. iFly, we can, literally skydive indoors. You can surf, you can rock climb. It is so much fun. When it comes to dining, they do fine dining like nowhere else, my goodness. From Wonderland's Diadong restaurant with a real lovely Eastern twist, through to just grabbing sushi or pizza, or indeed your favourite steak. I mean, there's something for everybody. It's really, really cool.
It's like an adventure, isn't it, more than a meal?
Oh, yeah. This is the fun. It's the kind of interactive cuisine element. And teppanyaki, talking of interactive cuisine, is also a show at the same time as being a great dining experience.
It is such fun.
Yeah, really entertaining. But you'll be entertained left, right and centre. Don't worry about that. They take care of that like nowhere else on Earth. When you're strolling through, the main atrium on a Quantum class ship, it does feel like you're in Las Vegas or like in a really fun casino somewhere. But at the same time, you've got things that you would never expect. The cocktails also fun with a twist. They have the robotic bar as well. You've got your laser tag. You've got literally, water slides as well. My goodness.
It's just great for everyone. You're going to love it. And it's so in step with the part of the world that we're exploring here as well. It's just perfect. Plenty of places to relax. I know we're showing you all of the whizzy-bang activities, but there's plenty of places to just escape horizontally, which is marvellous. 9 nights of cruising then out of Hong Kong.
Absolutely. Sees us into Kagoshima as our first port in Japan. From the 12th century to the Meiji Restoration, Kagoshima was a real stronghold of the Shimazu clan. So you're going to see an amazing history here in this port. I love the fact you can go and enjoy geothermal springs. Miyazaki's our next port, where you can go and see some incredible Shinto shrines. There's the Devil's Washboard as well to visit, place of natural beauty. And you might want to check out some of the excursions that are on offer in this port. Nagasaki's up next.
Christmas Day, this.
Oh, yes, of course. Okay, so this is often described as San Francisco of Japan, and it occupies beautiful verdant hills surrounded by a deep water bay. Do an excursion in this port. They'll be available on Christmas Day. Fukuoka is next, and this is on Boxing Day, and you have got beautiful castles, natural beauty, and again, known for the ancient temples, but also beaches at the same time. So you could be relaxing on the beach on Boxing Day. A couple of days at sea sees us back into Hong Kong, where we have included your transfer from the port back to the airport. And again, end-to-end flights included, cruising through fabulous Japan and enjoying Hong Kong during the festive season. So you're getting away for Christmas, which is nice because you can have somebody else waiting on you on Christmas Day. You don't have to be thinking about putting the turkey in the oven. It's all done for you.
Amazing.
You might not want to have turkey. You might want to have sushi on Christmas Day.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're back in plenty of time for the New Year celebrations as well, which is really, really good. So, do you fancy this then? It's quite nice to get away at Christmas. It's a nice time to get friends or family that you like to holiday with as well. Get those together, all have a wonderful escape. Escape from the news, escape from the world. I mean, you can be connected to the Wi-Fi if you want to, but it's quite nice on one of these cruise adventures to just really dive into it, go off the grid and just have a wonderful time. Escape. That's what holiday and vacation is all about, isn't it? So, this is next December. 30 nights of wonderful adventure included in the price, and you can put just a $300 each deposit down to make this happen today. But in this price is the flight from Sydney to Hong Kong, 3 nights in a hotel there to explore and discover, and then our cruise around Japan at Christmas time. Remember, 9 nights on Spectrum of the Seas with Christmas Day in Nagasaki, ending the cruise in Hong Kong, and we transfer you back to the airport for the flight back to Sydney. And as I said before, you're back in plenty of time to sing Auld Lang Syne, or however you see the new year in, which will be, by then, it will be seeing in 2025. It seems such a long way away, doesn't it? So low deposit today of just $300 each, and your price tag here. Do you know what? When it comes to getting away at Christmas, you almost don't mind the price, do you? Because you're like, it's the thought of being away at Christmas. It's the thought of not having to do all of the arranging, who's going to who's going where, blah, 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 blah. You can just take everybody with you on this fabulous holiday. Or you can say, we won't be part of the Christmas plans this year. We're kind of away. $300 each today as a deposit gets this secured. Let's have a look at upgrades as well, because if you're going to treat yourself, then Christmas is a time to treat yourself, isn't it? Maybe you ditch the presents and maybe you go for the upgrade instead. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you do both, you know, I don't know, it's completely up to you. But you've got your prices there for ocean view, for balcony, or imagine that a suite over Christmas. Imagine having your Christmas evening dinner in your suite. Just picture that for a moment, please. Yes, I can picture it too. Call us toll free now, 1300 412 358. If you want to tailor that offer in any way you can, of course. If you want to look at any of the details on it, you've got the cruise ID number there. You can pop that straight into our website, cruiseaway.com.au, and get all of the details there. Looks absolutely incredible, doesn't it? Now, listen, that's just one of the ideas that we've got, not only in Asia, but getting away for Christmas. I mean, it's a big, big popular choice as well. Lots of people want to do it. You'll find all the details on our website as well. And here's why so many people trust their travel plans with us.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
Do you know what, Joe? I would sacrifice every single one of the presents under the Christmas tree to be away on one of those offers.
Yes.
I really would. I'd be like, I really don't mind if I don't have anything to open on Christmas Day apart from my balcony door.
Oh, I love that. You should wrap it up in a big bow.
Yes. Tie a bow to it on Christmas Day and hey, Merry Christmas.
The experiences are priceless though, aren't they?
True.
Whereas like things are things.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's fun because everybody decorates their door as well for Christmas cruises, and you know, you're really getting the spirit. The ship actually gets decorated as well. They have like a big gingerbread house normally, loads of decks. Santa will be there on Christmas Day as well, so don't worry, he hasn't forgotten you. But it's the experience, of course, that matters. And we're taking another experience. We are going back to Princess Cruises now. The Crown of Australia to Singapore. This is the name of the next trip, and it's 19 nights from the 26th of September 2025. So booking a little bit into the future, but you know what? Try and book these trips in as soon as you can ahead of inevitable price hikes.
Saves the dollar.
It does. It locks it in at this price. So you're going to embark the fabulous Crown Princess in Sydney for an 18-night cruise adventure.
Such a popular ship with Princess again.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about the best known, Diamond, but I think as well, one that is so close to people's hearts. Whenever we release a Crown Princess itinerary, it gets booked up so quickly, and it's people who've been on before several times probably, because she's a little bit more intimate, actually, the Crown Princess. So people really get to know it, and actually they end up meeting people that they've cruised with before, that they met as friends maybe 3 cruises ago, and they say, okay, which cruise are you doing next year? And they kind of all meet up again, which is lovely.
Yeah, she's very well versed on her longer itineraries and her further afield itineraries, so it's nice that you are able to cruise, of course, from Australia to Singapore on this adventure. Beautiful wine bars. You can actually do wine tasting, beer tasting, cocktail mixing classes whilst you're on board.
Oh, thank you.
I'll take the cocktail mixing, thank you very much.
And we don't have to designate the driver, do we?
No.
Because we're on a cruise.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
Everyone can join in.
Everyone can. And guess what? Your stateroom's going to be just downstairs. So it's just a stroll, right? After you've had your nice evening out. Always drinking responsibly.
One at a time, of course.
Your words there.
Yes.
Right. But this is going to be an amazing adventure for you, and Princess is everything you'd ever expect from this brand and so much more. I have to say, the feedback is always sensational. I don't think I've ever met anybody who has not enjoyed a Princess cruise. I mean, it's inevitable that you are going to have opportunities to do whatever you like as well. That's the thing. There's no pressure when you're on a cruise.
It's nice and relaxed, isn't it? I think that's the thing, isn't it? There's so many holidays where there are kind of stressful pinch points, and a cruise just doesn't have those.
No.
You never see, you know, sometimes when you're in a shopping centre and you see people having a little gripe and a grumble at each other, even if they're in the same family.
We'd never do that.
No, exactly. But when you're on a cruise, you just see people just so relaxed.
So relaxed.
So
and
relaxed.
It brings out the best in you, I think.
Yes,
and
I think
also
it does,
it's a great one for taking family members if there's a large group, because it's no fuss, no stress holiday, because no one has to organise everything. The activities are all there.
That's true. You just pick from the list and off you go. And actually, if not all of you want to do the same thing, you can do different things and then meet up later. It's brilliant.
Yeah. You're going to love it. If you've never cruised before, this is going to be a defining adventure for you. We are cruising out of Sydney, heading straight into fabulous Brisbane, which of course is gateway to the Gold Coast. You can head up to Mount Tamborine for lovely views, or that famous Australia Zoo, of course known because of Steve Irwin. If you haven't been there before, great chance to visit, absolutely. Early Beach is next. Now, gateway, of course, to the Whitsunday archipelago. 74 islands featuring pristine fringing reefs, calm lagoon-like waters, oh my gosh, and superb beaches. If you've never been to the reef, it's great to do it on a cruise. Then we're off into Darwin. Locals in the top end, by the way, here's a little fact for you, consume over 60 gallons of beer every year. Can you blame them? You need a nice cold tinny when you're living up
That's more than one at a time.
Darwin, you do. And then we're on to Lombok, Indonesia. Now, a lot of people say Lombok is like Bali 30 years ago. Unspoilt paradise, undeveloped, no motor vehicles. If you've been over to Bali and you really want to see the catharsis, the even more relaxed island, Lombok's brilliant for that. Then we're on into Penang, Malaysia. This is where you can visit lots of lovely temples and history, but at the same time, it's known for its incredible street food, great markets, and just very friendly and welcoming people. Malaysia is one of the newest hotspots in popular popular travel destinations. Kuala Lumpur up next, of course, the capital there, for the Petronas Towers. You've got to go up and see the amazing views over the city if you can. Lots of lovely wildlife too, including the bird park. Then we're cruising into Singapore, where we'll disembark. You've got a night in a hotel here, which is great. I love that you have a night in to enjoy Singapore, because so many of Australians, if they're heading over the pond, really just use it as a stopgap, and you might not have spent a lot of time enjoying Singapore. So even a night, you can actually really take in the vibrance of this city. Fabulous. So here is everything included in your brilliant itinerary: embarking in Sydney, heading through some of the hot spots in Oz and the Barrier Reef, up to the top end, then over to beautiful Indonesia, Malaysia, and finishing off in Singapore with a night hotel stay before we fly you back to Sydney. It is all included end to end. What a perfect adventure.
Does look wonderful. You talking about Steve Irwin as well. I keep seeing Robert Irwin's videos on Instagram. My word, he's brave, but that's an apple that's not fallen far from the tree. I know, very brave indeed. I'm glad I'm looking from a distance at least. September then in 2025, that really is forward planning, isn't it? 2 years away, but $400 each today secures the deal for you. It's a 19-night adventure, 18 nights of cruising with Princess on the Crown Princess, which is so loved, from Sydney around Oz and on to Lombok and Penang and Kuala Lumpur as well. End the cruise in Singapore. We've booked you into a hotel there for a night before we fly you back to Sydney. The price tag on this is so good, you've got to see it. It's really, really good. It's exceptional, in fact. I don't know how we've managed to do this for so much holiday and such a brilliant cruise line. Remember, $400 each today, because this is 2 years away pretty much, isn't it? $400 each today as a deposit locks in that price tag. Exclusively with us here at CruiseAway as well, you can add a 5-night stay in a Bali resort to this offer for just $499 per person more, including flights to and from Sydney to Denpasar. So you could take this before or after the cruise. My producer has suggested, or both. Well, why not? You could, one at the beginning, one at the end if you wanted to. It's completely and utterly up to you. But again, talk to the team about that. Here's the upgrade prices: up to ocean view, up to balcony, and up to the lovely suite. Call us free. If you could want to tailor that offer in any way, shape or form, by the way, you absolutely can. Just call us on 1300 412 358. When we put these offers together, we put it together as a plan, so it gives you an idea of the price range for that kind of thing. But if you then want to tailor it for that, for instance, on that one, you can add the Bali stay for just an extra, $500, which is really, really good. But you can extend stays on that very, very simply as well. If you need flights from anywhere else, of course, then just let us know. 1300 412 358. The great thing about arranging holidays is that we can be as flexible as you would like us to be. So if you love a cruise but you want to combine it with stays in places that you've never been to before, you know, quite often at the end of something, we end in somewhere like Singapore or Hong Kong or New York. And if you want to fly on to somewhere else from there and stay in a hotel there before you fly back to Oz, then again, just let us know. The world is your oyster.
Yes, absolutely. I love the idea of tacking that extra little Bali stay onto your trip.
Well, why not?
Why not? You got, the island of the gods. My goodness. Yeah. So, I mean, there's just so many options on offer for you. Now has never been a better time to plan for the future when it comes to travel.
Yeah.
So, you know, take advantage of our incredible team here. We're like your own personal travel concierges. And we are just a phone call away or just a click away. So check us out at cruiseaway.com.au. Give us a toll-free call. We're waiting to take it.
Take care. See you later.
See you soon.